Okay, I got a an idea.
Maybe this one's, maybe second one was a little bit slower.
Yeah, it looks like it was. Okay, so but it looks similar. Okay. Uh, good. Let's look at this one. We'll take this one as and I think it's a little bit closer also, so that's great. And so first question is about shoes. Do you have different shoes in your that you change between, or do you have the same one?
I have three shoes.
Okay,
I
do you know what
I
they're
chose
called?
Hoka Air Max 2 is one, and Nike Zoom Fly 6, and these are pretty new. I bought these from speed training.
Okay.
Adidas Adizero.
Okay, and these are the Adizero.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then you have the Hoka something 6. But what was the name of the Hoka shoes?
Hoka Air Max 2
Air Max.
ja Nike
Uh,
Zoom Fly 6,
okay.
if I
All
remember
right.
correctly.
Right. Uh, uh, okay, let me just take a quick look because I'm not aware. Daily trainer designed for everything from steady distance to run. Okay. And it has 35 mil. Okay. All right. And then it was the uh, Adi. What was the Adidas shoes? The ones that you're wearing right now?
Adidas, yes, I wear them now.
And
Every day.
what is the model?
Wait, I look. I think it's on the shoe. Uh, this says it's Adizero, but this reads Light Strike Pro. Adidas Adizero Light Strike Pro.
Yeah, right. And that one is Super Foam maximum energy return lightweight cushion high performance. Okay, so this is a race day shoe, right?
Yeah, I bought
Yeah.
these from speed training and
Yep,
race.
yep, yep. And what was the other one that you the third one that you had?
Hoka and Nike. These are my shoes. Hoka, Nike, and Adidas. Three shoes.
Okay, and the Nike one was it Zoom Fly 6?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And you use those ones for speed training also?
No, I use them long runs, easy runs.
Long runs and easy runs. Okay. And so I think they have a plate. Yeah, full carbon plate. Um
Yeah.
hmm.
Yes,
Okay, and
yes.
if so if you want to, you can in school here I have a video right here, run without injuries, and then I have shoes. So I
Okay,
have 3 videos here about shoes, and in this one, the third one, I talk about different shoes.
okay. I haven't
And
watched
in here,
this
no,
yet.
no worries, because you've just been here for 2 days or whatever. But if you want to, you can watch this one. But basically, here I explain how it's not the best thing for us to do easy running in carbon plated shoes. We want to avoid carbon plated shoes. We don't want to use it too much because what will happen is that the shoe will help us. It's so good, so it will help us enough so that our body's like, oh, I don't need these muscles anymore, these small muscles in the
Okay, yeah.
feet, the stability muscle. So then we'll get weaker and weaker if we use it too often. So I
Okay,
like to use carbon plated shoes only at race day actually, and maybe once before in a or twice before in a marathon build up.
okay,
So yeah, there can be months where I don't use any carbon plated shoes actually if I
okay.
don't race. But so those are, and that could be a quick one for you, that to use more of the Hoka when you're doing your daily things. And even though this might not be the most fun thing to hear, but it might be a good thing to invest in another pair of slow running shoes.
Okay, normal shoes.
Yeah, normal shoes, daily
Yes.
trainers, max cushioned, or uh, s- yes, those would probably be the best.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can talk more about that later. Let's look at this one now. Okay, so if we take a look at this frame right here, we can see, and we zoom in a little bit, we can we can see here that your leg is very straight.
Yes.
It's not very bent. And also, another thing we can see is where if we measure this angle from the shin here and to the ground, we can see that it's about 20 degrees from the time that you uh, land to when you are um, so in the videos about running form, I explain
Mm,
that we want to focus on landing underneath our knee.
okay.
And now you're landing
Front.
21 degrees in front of your knee.
Okay.
And and this has mainly two effects. Something maybe that you haven't um, suffered from, but the first thing is that it can break us. Because if we imagine, if you're like, let's say you're on a bike
Yeah.
and you're riding the bike, and then you have a stick like this, and you put the stick in front of you
Yeah.
into the ground. It will obviously break the bike a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you put the stick down right underneath the bike, it won't break the bike. It will just like be
Yeah.
pushed away like this. And so when we're running, we want to try to land as far back as possible and have our steps, instead of our steps we working in front of us, we want them to be working behind us more.
Okay.
And so this is the first one. I just take a note, Tib 21. And then we also have a heel strike here, which isn't bad necessarily, but uh, uh, and yeah, but we just noticed that we have a heel strike. Usually, when we try to land, let's say if you landed, if this was your leg here, and then instead you landed right here, then probably your foot would have more of a midfoot strike like this instead of landing on the heel. So sometimes, well, a lot of the times when we land in front of us, it's also called overstriding, and we also land on the heel. So yeah.
Okay.
And then another thing would be to measure this the knee angle here. So uh, knee 172. And generally speaking, we want to have our tibia angle around 5 degrees. So around here, there's some to work here if we want you to run in the general way, but it's not sure that we want that. And then
Mm,
here, we want to be around 150. And so right here, so there's 20 degrees to work on there. And then here, with this heel landing, if it's not really because it's a little bit on an angle, this one, and the recording, we can't say exactly, but if let's say it's around 15 degrees, so then we have 15 degrees to work on here. So, but with this being said, what we can conclude that would be aligned with the general um, recommendations is that you have a vision here that's right in front. That is great. You're not looking downwards, putting a lot of strain on your neck. That's a good
Yeah.
thing. Another thing that looks really good is that I feel like you are upwards. Like you're not running like this, but you're running more like this, which is a great one. So it feels like maybe someone is pulling your hair up like this. So that's a great
Yeah.
one. Another thing is your arms. I think those are great also. Uh, they're not uh, they're not yeah, you have a natural movement in your torso. You move a little bit like this, which is also a good one. And I think they go back, your elbows go back far, which also is a good one. And if we look at how, yeah, I also think that your leg is coming back far, uh, like this. It's coming back 180 degrees, which is good. Some people they struggle with this and they can't because they have a stiff hip flexors, they can't come back all the way. So they're more like here.
Okay.
Whereas you I feel like you're coming back a lot. And so landing in front of us and breaking ourselves can obviously lead to two things. One can be that we can get pain in uh, in our joints. Usually we get it here in our heels, in our knees, or in our lower back, usually, or our hip. But since you don't have that, we don't necessarily need to change anything. Um, but
No, I don't
if you want
have
to,
pain. I don't have any pain.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could, if we could change your running form or work on that slowly, slowly, bit by bit, see how you feel. If you wanted to run more efficiently, that means that you break yourself less when you're running. So
Yeah.
every step takes less oxygen for you to do, which would mean that you could run, I don't know, 5 seconds faster, 10, 15, 30 seconds faster per 10K or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And um, so the way that what do you think? Should we? I think we should give it a go to try to change this a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm?
I
Okay.
also noticed that heel strike
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
watched the video.
Okay. And do you need to leave right now?
Soon, in
Okay.
5 minutes, I have to go and pick up my wife from work.
Okay. 5 minutes. So then I'll be quick. But basically, first thing I would like to show is this one. So this is some Kenyans when I was out when I was in Kenya last during the winter, and this is
Yeah.
when we're just doing very easy. They're like almost walking because they're it's in between the rest. And so you see here how this knee is very much bent, right? When they're landing,
Yeah.
140 even
Yeah.
and they're landing almost now it's not fully uh I'm a little bit behind them, but it's yeah, they're landing like almost behind their knee instead of in front of their knee. And so that is I don't obviously it'd be hard if everyone had to run like the Kenyans, but I think we can learn stuff from them. This is something that I really recommend. So I say how to limit overstriding. 90% of running is overside, which means they land too far ahead of your body, and this causes you to break your speed and to break your body. So if
Mm.
you then shorten the stride length, we will run slower unless we increase the number of steps that we take every minute. The best way to practice this is to put on a metronome and then to just run on place like this.
Mm.
After a minute, you can lean forward and you'll find yourself automatically start jogging. So, and here you see that I am, when you run, like if we do it right now, if you run just on place like this,
Yeah.
you're obviously not gonna overstride, and you're also gonna land on the middle or the toe, and it's gonna be underneath your body.
Yeah.
And so, what we can start implementing is I'll look at, I'll see here on your Strava, Jukka, to see your cadence. Let's see, on the easy run you did yesterday, 12K strong feeling, 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
You had a cadence of 164, a very even cadence. So it's max was 170 and your lowest was like 154. So very, very even cadence. And so what we could try here is then to have a metronome of 170. I think that would be a good first step, because we don't want to change this too fast. Like, let's say if we go from 178 to 190, then we'll get injured and we'll get pains everywhere, and our calves will like fall off because they're so tired.
Okay. Yeah.
And so having, I think that could be a good one for your next run. What is that? Let me check.
Day after tomorrow, gravel road intervals.
Okay. You can actually, because we're gonna implement this bit by bit. You can skip doing it during the intervals. Oh, that's today, the intervals.
But the day after tomorrow is next run.
Oh, right. That's right. That's right. Okay, okay. And so, yeah, because we have 2 lactate threshold sessions this week. Yeah. So you can skip it during the 6 times 1,000 meters, but do it in the warm up and the cool down.
Okay.
And so then you have a metronome. Do you know what that means?
I watched the video, but I don't know. Really.
Okay. So the way that the thing that you do is you can just you can either download an app or you can put it on YouTube or Spotify if you have that, and you just put metronome 170, and it will be a 30-minute video.
Okay.
That is like this.
Okay.
And then you just start your run. Before you start running, you start 1 minute of jogging on place.
Okay.
Like this. And you just listen to this, and then after 1 minute has passed, you lean forward a little bit, so you run like 1 kilometer an hour, very, very, very slowly,
Okay.
super slowly. And then you lean forward a little bit more. You get 2 kilometers an hour, 3 kilometers an hour, 4, and then you just do a little bit faster until you reach your easy pace.
Okay. During warm up and cool down. This.
Yes. And you can listen to this during warm up and cool down. And this is just because we don't want to, this is gonna use muscles that you haven't used before.
Yes.
Which will be your calves. You have obviously used your calves, but not in this way.
Yes.
So we want to take it easy.
Yes.
So if you do that on tomorrow's on Friday's run, then that will be. And then you can let me know on WhatsApp. Just let me know how it went, and if you felt something, then that would be great. Yeah.
Yes, I tried.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll send you a text.
Yes, thank you.
And then
I'll get my wife.
Yeah, I'll send you this one also so you can look back at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.